what's up? You clicked on this video to learn how to set up the RC600 like your old RC300. Because maybe you're like me and you bought the pedal out of sheer excitement, thought that you could play it directly out of the box, try and take it on tour with you and realize quickly that it doesn't work like the old reliable. That's because it's not the same piece of gear at all. It's way different. First things first, you need to do the firmware update. For me, out of the box, I wasn't able to take it on tour with me because my audio was glitching. Every time I would try and make a loop, I would have this weird glitch where like track 2 entirely would just cut out, but there was no firmware update available at the time. But Boss does a really good job of outlining exactly what you need here to do a firmware update. Highly recommend that for everybody. Loop lengths. So the RC300 had these fixed parameters, right? You would record a loop on track 1, all of your other tracks would follow in suit, and they would be the length of how many bars your first track was. What the RC600 boasts about is the fact that it has free loop lengths now. If you're me and you built your whole show based around the RC300's parameters, maybe that stresses you out a bit and you're not ready to break into it yet. So we're gonna fix that real quick.
But what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn it on your system. You're gonna go into the loop settings, under the track settings. You're gonna scroll over one with page down here. One more time. And then you're gonna see measure. Yours is gonna be set to this right out of the box. It's gonna say free. Just turn it back one. Then it's on auto, right? And then you can check out my settings. This is how I use it. This is very familiar to the RC300. So if you wanna copy any of those settings, feel free. Go ahead. But then what you need to do is when you get out of it, you need to make sure that you write it. So click both of these, exit and enter, write, you can write in whatever you'd like, enter. But then
what you want to do is you want to go through each track. So on that little scroll knob, you're going to twist over. You're going to go through each one that you want to have it set to auto. And then when you have it set to auto, you'll be good. Everything's going to be just like the RC300. So on the last pedal, we had two things. We had a direct FX button, and we also had an expression pedal. We no longer have either of those, but we do have a way to make accessing the effects a little bit easier. John Paul actually showed me this on YouTube, and I highly recommend it. I'm gonna put his video up. You can check it out if you'd like to, but it makes it so you can just triple press the track select button instead of having to hold down for effects. Your call, either one. I prefer triple clicking. I think it's easier, but John Paul, thank you so much. His video will be down here in the description. But now you're all set, you're good. So it should work exactly like the RC300. I recommend setting all the quantize on, but you can do whatever works for you. When I first got this thing, it didn't work like my old pedal did. Like genuinely, I tried looping and it was almost as if I'd forgotten how to loop completely. I think it's just because I leaned into the quantization a little bit too much on the last pedal. I think if you have it on quantize, I have mine set to measure. Maybe that'll help you a little bit more. I don't know if I'm missing anything on this. I'm still figuring out the pedal. My good friend Max actually sent me a lot of information over Discord and helped me out tremendously with making sure this thing worked exactly like my last one did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Definitely give me a subscribe. If you want to come hang out, I stream on Twitch 3 days a week. Happy looping. Keep looping. Do the loop-de-loop and pull. I don't know. I hope I'm not missing anything.